Game on! Welcome to another episode of Two Ales and Hockey Tales with Wally. Und heute, today, I'm so excited to have on a 44-year-old, a 44-year-old from a Poland, but he is a legend of Deutschland, where he mucked it up in the DL from 2003 to 2018, laced up for the national team, and after he hung him up, jumped right back on the ice as a referee in the DL, and he is also a cooking judge and has given me mixed reviews on my cooking skills. And he's also laced up for Old Timers Team Germany, and we are hoping he will be doing that again February 7th in Landshut, Germany, because I'm coming back. Welcome on, Aleksander Polaczek.
Thanks for having me again, Wally. Thanks.
Hey,
always a pleasure.
Well, I wasn't sure if I was going to have you back on after you ranked my crepes like a 4 out of 10.
You can't go too high at the first ranking.
I know you wanted me to work for it, eh?
That's right.
But I actually thought it was really fun because I do like watching cooking shows. When I would cook something and send it to you and ask for my my score.
Yeah, the guys, when I was at that cooking show, they were surprised when I had like low scores. But I'm just honest, sometimes you couldn't even eat it. It's like, what's a tough one?
Right. And sometimes I guess it could look good and not taste good, eh?
Yeah, normally it's the opposite around, but on this show, like I tell you, there were some kids that I was sure they never saw a kitchen before in their life. And we just had like barbecue, and they had like the menu from a real chef. So the real chef like helped them, but they still
couldn't do it.
No, they asked me how to cut a tomato. I was like, what do you mean?
Are you guys still making that show?
Well, this year it's a break. So I was there the last 2 years, and now this year they canceled it because they want to do something else. So we'll see what's on next year. We'll see.
Well, it looked like it'd be really fun to be a part of.
Yeah, I mean it's like a big production. At first, there's like 50 people around you with like so many cameras. So the first time I've been there, I was like kind of overwhelmed. And the other two guys that I was with, they're like professionals. The one is like a TV cook, and the other girl is like a famous sports reporter. So they used to a lot of cameras, and I was like a little bit shocked, but they helped me out, so it was fun.
Hockey guys aren't always used to the cameras. I watching the NHL playoffs, man, it drives me nuts. You watch these guys go out and try so hard, and then they come out after the game and they get all these microphones in their face, especially like the Leafs, and then they just ask them the dumbest questions when the guy's just raging that they just lost, and then they're like, "Why do you think you lost?" Well, we weren't good enough. Leave me alone.
NHL playoffs is a different. I watch it too over here. It's
a different animal, eh?
Different hockey. It's like unbelievable. Even if you're not a hockey fan, you watch like NHL playoffs, you like I don't think you can love another sport.
They are giving her out there, and they are really good at hockey nowadays, eh?
They used to be when I was young, and then, for example, Jamie Langenbrunner, Markus Sturm came over, so they were like on another level.
Yeah.
Or when I played World Championships, that was the first time I was like honest to myself till here, but now no further. I remember we playing Sweden, and they were like twice as big as I am, twice as fast as I am, and I was like just lost. I was like, okay, just get me over those 60 minutes somehow. And then I looked in the mirror after the game and I was honest to myself. Okay, I made it so far, but that's it.
Well, it's true when you get on the ice with a guy that you go on the ice with someone, you're like, whoa, he's way better than me. I was skating with O'Reilly in the summer a couple years ago, helping him out and watching him do things and how clean he could do it, and then just go bar down like it was nothing. But he just made it look so easy, you know. And he's big and strong and good looking. What a joke!
Life could be worse for those guys.
Yeah. So you have played for the Old Timers Germany, and there is a game February 7th in Landshut, Germany, and the LA Icebreakers are having me back to play in that game. So will I be lacing them up against you?
I hope so. I mean,
me too.
I was there like 2 years ago. Even I was in Landshut too. We played like a Czech Old Timers national team, And I know the guys who make the teams and who's doing all the charity stuff. So, and one of the guys are gonna see him actually next Saturday on a 50th birthday of Brett's
Brad,
50th birthday. Yeah. So, and Christian Helber is there. He's one of the guys who's in charge for the old timers. So then I will ask him or say I'm ready.
yeah, put me in the lineup, coach. I just can't believe it. A fellow named Tom from Landshut reached out, and he's part of the Icebreakers, and
Yeah.
they found a sponsor to pay for my flight and expenses and want me to come over and play in that game. So I figure I may as well make it like a week vacation, go see Germany again.
Yeah. Why not?
Right. And I'm really looking forward to seeing, well, the guys I've met like you, if you're there, and also Dominic Hammer and Andreas Geipel, my buddies I
Yeah.
played with in Beatingham and Landshut. Like, it will be so much fun to see everybody. Oh my God.
Good time. It's
I
good
hope I
time to
hope
make
they're not
over.
looking for too much conditioning if they're paying for my flight
No,
over to play a
there's
hockey game.
there's no normally a lot of enough guys that you can have a break on the bench
I
during the
hope
time.
I'm gonna need some breaks.
Well, I'm on the ice, but I don't remember when I had the stick the last time in my hand. Probably the last time was 2 years ago with the old timers,
Right.
but it's
And I
like,
I only have a whistle now. I'm just coaching. I don't
oh, am I?
play.
I have a whistle, that's enough.
So how competitive is this game though? Like, I don't know how good this icebreaker team is.
I don't know the icebreakers, but it's decent hockey. I
Yeah,
mean, it's more for fun, It's not like somebody goes like 100 miles an hour. So
that's good.
I don't think there's any slap shots allowed either. So
I'd throw my back trying to do one of those anyways now. I actually can't wait though. Like, Landshut's a fantastic town, and I haven't been back to Germany since 2013.
also that's a long time. And
It
they
is.
rebuilt the arena there, and it's pretty nice there now in Landshut.
Yeah, I've seen the pictures and videos
Yeah,
of it.
nice.
It looks really nice. And it's a great city. So yeah,
And they're all, even of those games, they have like decent attendance in the stands. So it's not that we're gonna play in front of 12 people.
right. Yeah, I think it's really neat that I get to go back. Because like it was 6 years straight I was in Germany, and it felt
Yeah,
like home by the end of it. And then you just never go back.
yeah,
Well, hopefully I don't get carried away when I get too excited to see everybody.
yeah. After the game, probably.
Right. So how did the reffing go? Did you work any of the final games, or I know?
I worked the second league final, Dresden against who was it? Ravensburg. I had two games, and then I had like most of the games in the regular season in the DL, and then during the regular season I had maybe 5 or 6 DL2 games, and then I ref the second league playoffs.
So you did the finals. I just had on Dresden's captain, Travis Turnbull. Were
I
you
know.
when you were you reffing game 7?
No, I was reffing game 1 and 4.
Okay, because he said there was a penalty in overtime and they scored on the power play. I was just curious if you made the call.
No, wasn't me.
Must have been a good series though. Game 7 overtime.
I didn't expect that it goes so long, when I'm honest, but they they put on a good show for the people. So I mean, it was a good series.
Yeah, looks like it. Well, who else would you know who I would know anybody else on this old timers Germany team? Is it usually the same guys? Like, Brad plays with you on it, doesn't he? Brad
Yeah,
Burham?
Brett is on there. Yeah, he's on there. Who was there? Bata was there. Köpjen, Puka. I don't know. It changes.
Yeah. Might
Depends
introduce me to a whole bunch of new dudes to talk to, eh?
there's like most of the guys who played like for the national team, but there's some guys who played like for the national teams like 50 years ago. So it depends who has time, and it's not that you get the
Right.
whole team every time together.
I gotcha. Going back to that cooking show where you were a judge, what was the best meal you ever ate on there?
Well, that was 2 years ago. The two Cologne guys, they baked cherry chocolate cake on the barbecue, because it's all on the barbecue, and the menu was like a cake, and I was like, how can you make a cake on a barbecue? And
Yeah.
it turned out like fantastic. So that's
Really?
why, yeah, that was fantastic. Everybody was stunned. Everybody was like, wow.
What do
And then
what do they win for winning that show?
they win like a trophy they can take home, and then I think they win something for charity, and then they can give it to a charity of their choice.
Okay, and that the DL sponsored by Penny, which is a grocery store, so they were probably the
It's a
ones
big
putting it on.
grocery store, and they pay everything. They pay for all the ingredients and
Right.
all that stuff. Uh,
Well, this Saturday I am having a golf tournament here in Kincardine, and trophies are fun, so I made a trophy for my golf tournament.
Next time I come for
I
your golf.
wish you were coming because it's going to be a lot of fun. I think I have like 112 golfers coming,
Oh,
and that should be fun, you know?
what do you guys playing? Like normal stroke play or what?
No, it's a four-man team scramble,
Yeah,
best
okay.
shot, every time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. So yeah, it should be a fun weekend.
I have
And
my next
even got
tournament on Wednesday.
got golf shirts made and
Perfect.
stuff for prizes,
Perfect.
we're really doing it. And we're
Perfect.
raising money for the local hospital. So,
That's
then
good.
everybody's winning. So there's been people sponsored, the place I work sponsored, which meant a lot. And yeah, we should be able to raise some money for the hospital and have fun, then everybody wins.
More all hockey guys or just from the community as well then?
It's a bit of both. There's a bunch of friends from my hometown coming. A lot of hockey guys from the Sure Kings that I played junior with. Then there's some people from Kincardine and coaching around here. And then some of the kids I coached are even playing in it, and they got their own foursomes. So yeah, it should be fun. I'm looking
Now,
forward to it.
now after the season we have time to golf. Right? That's
Right? So refs get off seasons, eh? So you're still like a hockey player.
Yeah, we have like the whole same schedule kind of because when the season ends, everybody takes like a couple of weeks off, and then you got to be back in shape. I do some. I'm not going back to the gym like I have to when I still was a player, but I like to run, so I would go for a jog or something, and then I do my little core at home, and
Yeah.
then I go straight to the golf course.
Sounds tough. So did you have any weird calls this year? Any ones that you screwed up or were tricky?
Yeah, you always have some calls you want to take back. Maybe I had two, no, well, the one didn't matter. What I had one, I was sure he fell on his own, and then the other guy scored, but that was against the second last team, so they were not happy because they were battling for relegation. So that wasn't too good, but
So the guy was tripped and you didn't think so.
he was tripped. He
Mm,
was like hooked. He was like kind of a can opener, but it looked weird. And I was too close. I got caught off guard, and I didn't want to guess, so I didn't raise my hand. But in the end, when I see the video, I have to admit it was a penalty. So
So do you watch the video of your games usually, or just when there's
we
something
get
you think you
we
screwed up?
no, we have like a monitoring system, so we can watch it during the game. Like we have like in Toronto, like a game center, and they cutting every sequence, which is like a penalty or not a penalty. So I can watch it in the period already during the period, and then I see it right away.
Um,
So when I come
well,
back on the second period, and I go to the guy, okay, I fucked it up.
Well, I appreciate that you do that because I remember a game in Krimichow. I had like a partial breakaway and the guy like reached over me and broke my stick in half. And then I couldn't score because my stick was broken in half. And I should have got that chance or power play. The guy doesn't call it. And then I started getting mad at him. And the ref started getting mad at me. And I'm like, well, dude, I have a broken stick. How am I supposed to score? And then he came out the next period and said, hey, uh, my bad. That was a penalty. And I actually appreciated that he realized he screwed up because some refs won't do that.
Yeah, but
But it
why should
doesn't give you
I?
back, right? It doesn't give me the
No,
breakaway back, and it didn't give
No,
me a
but
power
still,
play
but
either.
why should I not admit it? I mean, the whole crowd sees it, or if everybody in TV sees it, and then so
Yeah.
I admit it. It's not. you can't as a officiator, there's no game you like 100% every time. Somebody gonna be mad. There's always be like 50-50 situations where you can judge it like this way or this way. So, well,
Yeah.
you have to live
You
with
just
it.
got to make the calls and go with it. So do you ever get people that get really, really mad, like fans or like players or coaches? Has anybody got real mad right up in your face?
No,
No.
not really. I mean, they yell, but I- I'm
Y-
used to it. So, and I yelled like when I played, so I know how they feel. And
Yeah,
then if I talk to the guys, they know that I played, so they accept it more than on other refs maybe.
right.
And
But you also get the passion they're playing with and that you can get right fired up when you disagree with a ref.
but I had sometimes I still have to pace myself that I don't go in a fuck battle with with the players because I'm not a player anymore. And
Right.
sometimes I had to hold my horses and say, okay, now you can't go. Because I like at the beginning, I go like, "Go fuck yourself," right? Like you did as a player, and they were like, "What?"
Whoa, the ref just said
Yeah.
that.
Like, oh, you can say that to me, and then well, you started, and then they were like, "Okay."
That actually brought back a funny memory from this season was my buddy was reffing our under 13 game when I was coaching and he calls a penalty and I started just saying something not loud. I wasn't yelling, but he was skating by the bench and I said something to him and he just turns around and says, "Shut the fuck up, Wally." And he like yelled it like the arena could hear. And then all the kids like looked back at me and I started like laughing. And I'm like, "Well, guys, you think I'm allowed to kick him out of the game?" Man, it's not many times in under 13 the ref tells the coach to go fuck himself in front of the kids.
Well, I have to admire those guys who officiate like kids games like at 8 in the morning somewhere, and they get like paid
Nothing.
nothing, kind
Yeah.
of. They
And you
just,
can't
they
play the
just do it
games
for
without
the.
refs.
I know they just do it for the love of the game and the passion, and then I admire this. I mean, it's
It's the next level. But yeah,
yeah,
the minor hockey needs those guys to show up and ref the games, or the games don't happen. And it's
I know.
amazing how much, in especially around Ontario, how much minor hockey's going on. You need a
Yeah,
lot of refs in a lot of places.
yeah, I know.
Fun fact for you though, a buddy from my hometown. So I won with his older brother, Kyle Rank, with the Sure Kings. His younger brother is a ref in the NHL. And
Mhm.
game 7 with the Leafs, he got called into the game halfway through because the guy got hurt. And
Yeah.
then game 1 of Florida, Carolina, he got called in again in the middle of the game. 2 games in a row, he was the extra ref and he came into the game in the playoffs. Do you guys have an extra ref at these
Yeah,
games?
in the playoffs we have, yeah.
Really, eh? How
Yeah.
often would they come in? Because this guy went in 2 games in a row.
This year nobody had to come in, but I remember like 2 years ago, somebody got hurt and then he had to jump in.
Yeah, I guess it'd be different, eh? Coming into the game halfway through. I guess you've done
No,
it before. It's
usually,
always the same shit, eh?
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
you there, you dressed like in your sports gear. You just have to put your skates on and then you're ready to go.
yeah. So how much traveling do you got to do then? Do you fly to all the places?
Most of the times I drive by car because it's more to be independent. Sometimes I don't want to stay overnight somewhere. I like to sleep in my own bed.
Right.
But it depends. I live in Augsburg, so I have games all over in Berlin, Bremerhaven, Cologne, Düsseldorf. I was all over the place.
It's a lot different than traveling with a team, eh? Than just going on your own.
It's in the first league, you're on your own like 95% of the time. Second league, it's more regional, so there's always like another linesman you can jump in the car with. But first league, because we are just, let me think, 16 or 18 refs in the first league, and for every weekend you need like 14 refs on the ice, so there's not many spare
Extras.
refs. Yeah,
Yeah. That must be busy though. So you're still enjoying it?
yeah, I do.
Yeah. I know a few guys that have stopped playing hockey and started getting into reffing, and I like when hockey guys stay in hockey, you know?
That was my intention as well. After I hanged up the skates, I wasn't sure what to do, but I was sure I want to do something with hockey. I didn't see myself as a kids coach. I didn't see myself in the office yet. And then the guys called from the refereeing, and then I said, okay, I look into it, and then I
Here you are.
stayed.
Yeah, well, that must have been fun doing the finals in the second league. Like people in
Yeah,
Canada wouldn't get the second league, but like when we won in Bietigheim and we were playing in Munich, it was a
yeah,
sold out barn, like 5,500 people, and
yeah.
people care just as much in the second league as they do in the first league, right?
It's the same because for Dresden it was like all or nothing more if they go up to the first league or not. I mean, if they would have lost the final, they would have stayed in the second league. And Ravensburg, if they would have won again, they still had to stay in the second league because they didn't make the payments. It's a little bit complicated in Germany with the
They have
uh,
to say that they're willing to move up and pay whatever the
before
fee is,
before
right?
the season, yeah. But just from the second league to first league. And so Düsseldorf, for example, they were in last place, so they had to wait till game seven. They didn't know till
Because they would have stayed in the first league if
yeah,
Dresden loses.
yeah. So they had to wait till middle of May almost, and they had like no team till like 2 weeks ago.
Right, and now they got to put together a team that can try to compete or win in the second league, and a lot of those
Yeah.
players will already be signed.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they need like a whole new team. Now they signed like three, four guys now, but they still need like 15.
That's tough. Like I know with Bietigheim when they went down from the first league, then they got relegated again and went
Yeah.
to the
Now
third league.
and now they're back up in the second league. So we'll see.
They've had some wild seasons there, right?
Oh, I know.
I find it very weird that Landshut's the team that's having me back for a charity game. I played 1 year there. I was in Bietigheim for 4 years. Hey, take what you can get,
No shit, yeah.
eh?
But they're gonna have a good team, I think, next year, Landshut. They
It,
they they bought some. They have like two, probably two of the best imports of the league. They have Uwe Krupp as a coach now, so we'll see how that works out.
well, Landshut's a great hockey town, and I saw
Yeah,
like their team's been around for over 75 years. I had a fan send me some posters and stuff of Landshut and stickers, and the one sticker said that was players from like 75 years ago, and I'm like, wow, like that's pretty historical town for hockey, eh?
yeah, it is. It is. It's a small town, and all they have is hockey. So
Um, if you're in Augsburg, would you see Toto around? Torsten Fent?
I see him a couple times. We have like an old timer hockey skate here as well. But like the old Augsburg guys skate together, but I wasn't there this year. But I see him around. We have a like a boys chat, so we're around.
You
Sometimes
should tell him I say hi, and you should
I
tell him he
will.
should talk to me.
I will.
I really like that guy. Because I remember I played in Hellbron, and
Yeah,
he was one of our old veterans. But then after we underachieved, and then they told every import to kindly leave, and then that was my end in Germany. I remember leaving the exit meeting and them saying, "You know how it is, Wally. We didn't do good enough. We're getting rid of all the imports." And it's like, okay, whatever. And then I left, and I saw Toto on my way out, and he's like, "Yeah, I remember him saying, he's like, did they're bringing you back, right?" I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Oh, that's a mistake. You're really great for the team or something." And it meant so much coming from a
yeah.
guy like that. Even if they didn't want me back, that he wanted me back meant a lot to me, you know?
Sometimes it's more appreciating from those guys than from the coaching stuff or whatever because they see it
Yeah,
sometimes different.
right. And they're in the fight with you, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes the coaches just didn't get me. Maybe that's why I kept getting asked to kindly leave. What else do I got? So since I'm going back to Germany, if you were gonna have one meal in Germany, what would you have? If you were gone for say like 12, 13 years and you were coming back for a week,
Oof.
what do I need to eat this time? Because I'm pretty sure I know already, but I'm curious what you'd say.
Well, since you're going back to Bavaria, I think it's never a mistake to go with like a pork chop or something like Schweinebraten, uh,
Schweinebraten.
Schweine-
Oh yeah.
Schweinebraten, Schweinehaxen with Knödel. So
Yeah,
it's
the canoodles and Schweinebraten. That Dominic Hammer would make that on
yeah,
Mittwochs and have the team over, and
and,
we'd
and a
all eat.
helles beer,
Yeah,
and then you all find
the Augustiner.
yes, man.
Oh man, this is gonna bring back so many memories getting
Still the
off the
best
plane
beer
over there.
around, Augustiners. I say it's still the best beer.
All the Bavarians always told me that, and I listened to what they had to say.
If not the Bavarian, no, who should?
I actually was talking about Weisswurst on here the one time, and I said,
Yeah.
I don't have any Zusensenf in Ontario. I'm like, they're selling Weisswurst, but no Zusensenf. And I had someone that listened to us talk send me over Zusensenf, and now I have it. So I can go get my Weisswurst, my pretzel, and I have the sweet mustard, you know?
Perfect. Like how you would eat the Weißwurst anyway? It doesn't taste with like the normal mustard.
It doesn't taste good at all without
Yeah.
the sweet mustard. It's not good then.
I remember when I played in Ingolstadt and we had like a team barbecue at what was his name? Armstrong. What's his first name? It doesn't matter. So we have a barbecue, right? And all of a sudden it's a weird smell coming from the barbecue, and I like, what the fuck? What is that? And I go, well, what's on the grill? He goes, yeah, the white sausage. And I looked at it, he
He
put
was
like,
barbecue and vice versa.
yeah, but he meant to be buy the little ones,
Oh, the
the
little
little,
Frankfurters.
yes. And he missed, he just saw white, and he put it on, and the skin is like a real animal skin. So when it burns, it stings, right? And I was like, oh boy, just get them off.
Oh, there's a lot of things for imports to learn when they get over
Yeah.
to Germany, you know?
Yep.
The vice
Nice.
versa, you got to peel the condom off and then eat it with your
Yeah,
sweet mustard.
that's right. A lot of new
um,
things to learn.
I think Schweinebraten is something I have to eat. I need to contact Hammer and tell him I'm coming because I still haven't, and tell him I need a Schweinebraten when I get there.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
There's
Uh,
plenty good restaurants there that we can have Schweinebraten too.
I'm wondering if some of the same restaurants I would have ate at will still be there. You know, things change over 18 years. I had a honey hole in that town. It was Mario's, I think it was called. And it was this Italian guy that ran his own restaurant with his family, and everything was homemade. And he was a fan of the hockey team. And
Maybe
if
they still around, yeah.
I'd be really cool if he was, he'd have a dog that come up to the table and do a dance for you. Oh man, fun stuff. Um, do you have any questions for me while I figure out what to ask you next?
I'm
You're just easy going, eh? It's all on me. Pressure
yes.
cooker.
You the host.
Well, last night I did make I made steak, but with spätzle and
Yeah.
brown sauce. And
Good.
spätzle is still a versatile noodle that I don't understand why we don't eat it more in Canada, you know? You get
You
brown
have
sauce
like a
on it, you can
special
put cheese on
you
it,
have
you get the
how do you do
bacon and
this?
onion.
How you make the spätzle? How you have a
I
special
bought the thing that
yeah.
it sits on top of the stove, then you go back and forth and it drops in.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I got the legit thing. Yeah. I'm still part German.
You're professional.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw it when you did the Käsespätzle for your team one day, right?
Yeah, I did it the last 2 years, and
Yeah.
I did it on my birthday the last 2 years. I made spätzle.
How did they like it?
The first year I did better.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple kids said it was the best noodles they've ever ate, which which was great. And then this season, you know, I made them. I forgot the cheese at home. I over nutmegged, you know, too
Yeah.
much spice in there, and they just weren't as good. But the kids ate it all. I wasn't proud of myself, but but I did try to bring Cabina Fest back to Canada with my under 13 boys, and it was for my birthday, and made the food in the locker room the first year, and then the next year I did in like a conference room, but it was really fun to do it right in the locker room. And I brought in the stuff to heat it up, and then the kids
Yeah.
all ate in the locker room just like we were in Germany. And I thought I was bringing a German hockey tradition back to Canada, you know?
So you don't have that at all in Canada,
No,
Kabinefest.
I had never heard of it until I got to Landshut, and then they told me about it. And I had just played in the coast for a year and didn't have that much fun playing hockey.
Yeah.
And then when I got to Landshut, and they were all those old boys from Landshut that were just beauties. And then you have a Cabina Fest, and they brought in like the half chickens
Yeah.
and the sweet chili sauce
Yeah.
and all that. And then you sat around drinking beers with your team after hard practice and eating chicken. And I was like, where am I? This hockey's fun again.
So you should bring it definitely to Canada, to the minor leagues.
I totally agree. They should have more fun playing hockey. I know my
But
under 13 boys
they
did.
don't go out together then they do after like games
Uh,
of practice.
Well, the junior teams will all like go out and like still have fun and stuff, but they don't do
Like
stuff in the locker room, like you practice and stuff and then you head out. You don't do something as a team like that and cook in the room.
not even like the guys East Coast Hockey League, American Hockey League. After practice, they just go home separated or what?
I think so. Yeah, I think some guys go out for lunch. I was really good at going out for lunch when I was a hockey player. Oh man. But did you hear that my under 13 Kincardine and Canucks are back to back all Ontario champions?
No, I didn't, but I'm proud of you, my friend.
Hey, I didn't score a goal or get an assist, but seeing my son do it 2 years in a row with two totally different teams, because he was we have 2 years together. So the first year he was a first year, and only 3 returning players this year, and we went back to back and beat everybody. And seeing my son do that with all his buddies around town,
Pretty
and then you
cool,
see the kids and families around town, it's pretty special shit.
man. I can figure.
Yeah, it was fun stuff. But maybe it was because we had Cabina Fest and hockey was fun.
Yeah, probably. See?
Do you not think
So
when you were a hockey player, some of the Cabina Fest days were like the most memorable days of a season?
yeah, definitely. I mean, the you
It's
have
the
like
stuff
kind
you
of
remember.
you have like rookie parties, like for the like example, like the first year in Ingolstadt when I played the LV, they all those old guys they make you sing karaoke in front of like 20 guys, and
Yeah.
then you like, okay, fuck it, let's just do it.
Yeah, you
And I
kind of have
remember
to.
one guy he refused to sing, one rookie, and then he was
Yeah.
like that's still part of the team, but they
Yeah,
like
but they're never going to forget that.
no, so they memorable like fucking elephants. They don't forget. That's-
My rookie party was in Dayton, Ohio with the Daytona Beach Bombers of Ohio, but they made us dress as women and go they made us drink stuff and do things at the apartments, and then we went to the bar and they made us sing karaoke at the bar dressed as women, and I looked really pretty, and I did sing and I did the best I could. I'm more of a dancer than a singer though.
I sang like I didn't care. I mean, after a couple of beers, I said like, what the fuck? Those are 20 of my boys. Like, why not? Like,
Right. But you were doing it just for the team. I had to do it like in a bar with other people there.
no, just in front of the team, but still.
Mm. Yeah, no,
Very awkward.
I put on a show though, and like, whatever. But that I don't think rookie parties are a thing anymore. Too many teams got in trouble for what went on.
Yeah, I mean, just remember when I was young, they still had the shaving, so they put you like on a stretcher and then they shaved all your body hairs. You just grew, and you kind of, imagine doing this, you go
Uh,
right back to jail.
yeah, things have definitely changed. I do recall a rookie party that things went on that, like, if that went on nowadays, people would get in trouble, like
Yeah.
in trouble. But like the guys that were participating um didn't care and they were laughing when they were doing it, so it was like whatever. But I was thinking, I'm like, if they asked me to do that, that's where my line is drawn. I'm not
Yeah,
doing that.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's different time. It's not that I think it's a good thing, but I think it was a part like 30 years ago.
It was
So,
part of hockey, right?
fuck. When you're 14 and then all of a sudden the fucking 20-year guys grabbing you and just come with the shaver, and you're, okay, boy, just
Whatever.
fucking get it,
Get
get
it.
it, get over it, and then we move on.
Yeah.
And is it weird as it sounds? It was like they don't do it to guys what they don't like. So because they were like, okay, fuck this guy, it doesn't matter anyway. So they do it with guys who like they appreciate.
That is true though, right?
They
If
wanna
they didn't care about you, they wouldn't fuck with you.
but they took the guys who like, okay, we can trust him after, and then we play together. So it was the different time, and then it's not that I was proud of it or appreciate it, but it was part of it, and okay, why not?
Yeah, and some of the stuff, it's probably good they got out of hockey and they're not doing it anymore.
That's for sure.
Yeah, I probably won't bring up what went on at that party, but everybody got through it, and you know.
Yeah, he's still alive.
So if you're gonna have to host the Cabina Fest now that you're out of the game and you could do it all over again, What would you bring in for Cabina Fest? So people that don't know, it's you practice, then two guys usually would bring in a couple
Yeah.
cases of beer and food for the team, and everybody sits around and has the beer and eats the food, and you just hang out in the locker room and get to know each other. So what would you bring?
I would probably bring again donors. That was pretty nice.
Yeah, you would. Good
Yeah,
idea.
he had like I knew a guy. He had like a own donair, like like the where he put. So he came with the. He was
Shaving
outside,
it right off the stick.
shaving it right off, and then it was fresh. That was pretty cool. The boys liked it.
So the guy brought his like thing right to the arena and did
Yeah,
it
yeah.
right there.
He parked it outside of the rink, and then everybody could go outside, and he was shaping it right off it.
I knew you'd know what to do. That sounds way better than what I did. The last one I had in Helbron, I brought in vice versa. And I remember the coach saying, "Isn't it weird that the fat guy brought in vice versa?" And I was like, come on, man.
Well, we had one in Frankfurt was pretty good because there was a big fan. He had like a own butchery, and
Yeah.
he brought in like all the shit like Leberkäse and sausages. So that was pretty good too. But the donair, the boys had like big eyes when I said
Oh.
we are gonna have donairs, and they go, how are we gonna do it? I said just wait after practice. And then the guy is outside already shaving it down.
Oh, there's nothing like seeing meat rotate around a stick to get me hot and bothered, eh?
So that was pretty nice.
Oh man.
I would do this again probably.
I had never had a donor until I went to Germany, actually. They weren't around in Elmira, Ontario. I'd never had one. And then when I was convinced to try one, it really changed my life, and my body shape. Every time you go out in Germany, you'd have to get a donair on the way home, right?
Well, they have open till 5 in the morning, and
And
you
there's
get
one on
hungry.
every corner.
So it's the best. You regret it then on the next day when you wake up and your breath is like full of garlic, and you're like, oh, why did I do it
I've
again?
never regretted a donor ever.
Well, I had times when my stomach said, oh boy.
I feel really sexy after I crush a Yufka or a donor.
Yeah. In that minute, yes, but not like 4 hours later when you wake up and have to
Well,
go back to practice.
around here we don't have high-end ones. They're new to the game around here, and I can't wait to get back to Germany and really get into a donor or a Yufka.
Perfect. So you have a
Uh,
lot of you come for food travel, not for hockey again.
that's why I played in Germany for 6 years. The food over there is so much better than here, man. It's not even close. Like, I'm not just talking about the German food. Like, you get the Greek people, the Italian people, everybody that can make their own food the way it's
Yeah,
supposed to be?
yeah.
Hmm.
More immigrants here than, well, you guys have immigrants as well, but not as long as we have. So it's
Right. And yeah,
different.
they're not cooking the food the same way.
Yeah.
Okay. You got anything else for me before we shut it down? What are your aspirations as a ref, though? Is it to stay in the DL, to try and work your way up to be ref in the final games in the DL? Are you happy in Germany, or what's the plan?
I like to stay, of course, would stay in Germany. I, I like to travel. I like being on the road. I like to be on the ice with the guys. So last year I had like 40 something games in the first league. So if I can keep it up and work my way up in playoffs there, that's like a goal for next year as well, for sure.
Yeah, so it is just like being a hockey player trying to work your way up. It's like
Yeah,
the games they give you, how well you ref,
yeah,
and you get given more as you go, right?
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen it with Garrett Rank there from Elmira. I mean, he's like reffing the semifinals of the NHL now. And I
yeah.
remember seeing him as a teenager reffing junior C hockey games. And he was just like a kid. And then I saw him in the OHL, ref in the OHL, and he was only like 19 years old. He was the same age as the kids playing, but he dove
Yeah.
right into the reffing. And now to see him in like the end of the NHL and like he's my buddy from home, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I can imagine.
Hmm. Well, I think it's neat what you're doing, and I really hope you're playing February 7th, but you better keep your head up, eh? I haven't thrown a body check in like a decade.
I will, my friend. I will. I hope I will. Like I said, I see Christian on Saturday, and I will tell him to
You're in.
put me on the roster.
Yeah. I
I
don't
will.
think
I
I'll
will
I don't
talk
think I'll
to.
be getting around fast enough to hit
I
someone though.
I will talk to Brett as well, so he might come as well.
Yes, it'd be a pretty fun little get together, eh?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And that's hockey. That they're inviting me back this long after, and that I'll get to do that and get this experience and get back to Germany and see all you guys. Um, it means the world to me, and I can't wait.
Couple more months, my friend.
That's right. Just got a quick trip to Cardiff coming up in a couple weeks to play another hockey game. I'm gonna have to play 2 hockey games this season.
So you're gonna be all prepared.
You could say that, yeah. Well, thanks for making the time again, and it's really neat what
Always
you're
a
doing.
pleasure, my friend.
And hopefully I'll see you in February, and
We will.
we'll go for some Schweinebraten. And this has been another episode of Two Ales and Hockey Tales with Polo and Wally.